Hello everyone, I am Rachana Tirumaniam. I am master's student in computer science studying here in Freiburg, University of Freiburg in Germany. So I am making this video to help others from India who are seeking admission in Germany, any master's admission or probably even the bachelor's admission. I am just making this to support others and share my experience of visa process and the timeline that it took to me and the documents that were required for visa. So let's go through the checklist for German national visa student. Let's go through the checklist one by one and see what all is required to take with us during our visa appointment. After this checklist, I will also show you the clippings. I have taken a small video, kind of a small clipping of the documents that I carried for visa appointment and which were absolute necessary and which were optional to take it. Okay, let's go through it one by one. First, let's go through this checklist, and this link I'll put it in the description. Maybe you can use it for your further use. So, first of all, we need a valid passport. Obviously, we are traveling abroad, so we need a valid passport, and it should just within last 10 years, and with at least 2 empty pages, and which most of us would be having, I believe. And after that, we have to fill an application form, and this application form is very much necessary to be carrying with us, because this is the entire data that the VFS or the visa consulate visa office is going to see, and this is what is the first form that they are going to read. And let's go through this form. Just let's go through it in a high level. And I remember when during my appointment there was a guy who didn't even get VDEX application form, and they told that you have to get it within next 20 minutes or your visa appointment will be cancelled, or cancel, and he had to reschedule. So the next 20 minutes would be possible only if he would fill the form and take the printout in the visa office, and the taking printout in visa office is actually costly. Okay, let's go through the VDEX form. So initially you will have to enter all your personal information, family name, date of birth, and all your personal information here. Then the parents information of, like, your parents information, birthplace, date of birth, and everything. And what is your profession? If you are working currently, write your profession, or if you are a student, you can just write student. And your contact details, you give your right contact details, because this is the address that they are going to courier your visa, the stamped passport with visa. And then your identification document. So your identification document would be your passport, so your passport number and its validity date and issuing date, all this you can find it in your passport. And travel data. In travel data, what is the purpose? So this is a common VDEX form, that is a common visa form for all the types, like student, tourist, and visiting, and business visa, and everything. So for us, we'll have to mention that we need studies, and if applicable intended employment, that's not for us. And then intended length of stay, you just put from when. And you, if you're coming for masters, it would be for 2 years. You just write until the next 2 years, that is the date after 2 years. This is this doesn't need to be any fixed date. You can just randomly put any date after 2 years. Yeah, the next section is reference. So the reference would be your, obviously you're coming for the student purpose, that is the masters. You're coming as a student, so for the masters purpose, so you just put your institution, and then your university's name and its headquarters and its address. The last name of the contact person. The contact person could be anyone. I think you can add your administrator or coordinator, your coordinator who is coordinating from the uni, their name and their gender, and all of this is optional, so you could add or not. And the address which I gave was the uni's address, because I obviously didn't know their personal address, so it's recommended to give the university's address. giving the contact person's name. And if you have the contact person's telephone, you just give his or her number, or you can give the university's number as well, because I didn't face any problem and I had given the university's phone number. Next is subsistence and residence details. Subsistence and resident details are like what resources are used to support living expenses in the Federal Republic of Germany. Is there a formal discussion? Like, do you already have accommodation, or are you staying with relatives, or are you already having a permanent place of residence in Germany? So I didn't have any one of them. I told that uh, I will be accommodated through the term which I haven't yet got. And do you have health insurance for the Federal Republic of Germany? So I told yes, I have, but I am getting covered. Like, I had taken expatrio block account, so I will be getting covered later. So I'll be taking the health insurance once I land there, once I go there. So that's what I had done there. And previous stays in Federal Republic of Germany, have you previously stayed? Yes or no? And do you have any criminal record? So it's going to be no. Huh. And once you have filled all your details, all the mandatory details, then you can go further, and there is an option to print. So you can click on print, which will be saved as PDF, and then you can actually take the printout. So that is the second list in our checklist, second item in our checklist. And then there is a declaration of contact and legal representation information. You just give your details and you declare everything. You give your name and postal address and phone and email ID and a date and sign. You just sign it. You are declaring. Declaration, as I said, it is additional contact and legal representation information. It tells that, first of all, there are two things in this, that we are declaring that if suppose our visa is getting denied, do you want it to come it in the form of email, or you want it to be couriered? So what I selected is that I should get it in email, because email, the whatever, if we are getting accepted, or it's in the case of denial, so it's even more quicker than post. So it's completely your wish, whatever you choose. If you do not check your emails frequently, then you can obviously click on a notification by post. If suppose for all the visa or legal matters, and it's not you who is going to be represented, and you want your representative, that is either your family member, or your sponsor or your lawyer, you can add their details as well with date and signature. So this is the one, and once you fill it, you take the a printout. And let's go to the next item. A copy of your passport's data page, that is whatever the data page, the first page and the last page, you just take a photocopy of it. And now comes motivation letter or statement of purpose. In this motivation letter, we have to not write the motivation letter that we have given to our university to get the admission. So that was to get the admission. Now this motivation letter is like, why do we want to go to Germany and why do we want to study in Germany? So because this is for visa, right? This is a whole bigger cluster. That was just for uni. Now this is for why you want to study in Germany and what would you get by studying in Germany. So you write a letter and take a printout of it. That is the motivation letter. Then comes certificate issued by APS. APS, I feel all of you must be knowing, and by the time you would have taken the visa appointment, I am sure that all of you have APS, otherwise it doesn't let you take the visa appointment. So hopefully you all have a APS copy with you, so take the printout of it as well. And then proof of admittance to the study course, that is you would have got admission to some university, right? So take the proofs, take the printouts, and in the proof, in the admission letter, it should be mentioned that you are either studying in English or in German or any other language, but the language of instruction should be mentioned. Okay, so now if suppose the language of instruction that you are going to do your studies is in English, then you need to provide your English confirmation, English proof of language skills in language of instruction for the study course or the preparatory course. So if suppose you have written your IELTS or TOEFL as proof of your English language, then you have to give your IELTS certificate. Otherwise, if you are doing your masters in Germany in German language, then you need to provide your B2 equivalent. That is B2 equivalent goethe certificate. For English, it is, if B2 equivalent, that means you need to get 6.5 IELTS a score. I feel I have written IELTS, so I just know about IELTS. B2 is 6.5 and 7 is C1. So 6 B2 is 6.5. I'm not very sure. You can check it in their portals. Then certificates of all academic qualification you have previously obtained. Like now you have done your, if you're going for your masters, you need your bachelor's degree, your bachelor's transcripts. I had taken all of them. And then your 12th degree and 12th degree with transcripts, 10th degree with transcript. I had taken all of them with 2 copies. And you need to have a CV or what, a resume. So I had prepared a 2-page CV. So I had taken whatever CV works for you, you can bring that. Now comes the main part, proof of financial means. So there are two parts of it. If suppose you already have a confirmation of European scholarship, or you are going to get stipend, that is you have some internship already in Germany where you will get regular income, and that income should be sufficient. That is what they have mandated, is that in a year a person needs 11,208 euros to stay. This blocked amount, what does it do is it tells the VFS consulate that okay, once they go there, even if they don't study or even if they don't earn later, for this 1 year period they have sufficient money to sustain there. They won't become homeless because they have some money. That's how they are proving that okay, they are going there with some financial aid. So either you should be getting that in terms of some scholarship or stipend, or you need to have a blocked account. So, or if you have a sponsor living in Germany, then you can also give this form obligation letter. Probably you can look into it. I do not know much details about it. And for blocked account, I had used Expatrio. You can use whatever you want. It worked for me. So I used it. So I had given 11,208 euros in terms of rupees in India. I had sent it to them their back, and they gave, after few days they gave the confirmation letter. So I took the print of it. So that worked for it. That worked for blocked account part. Now, if suppose the university charges tuition fee, if suppose you are studying in some private university, so in private university there is tuition fee, so you need to show relevant funds. And even in some states, like in states of Baden, and I think even in the state of Bavaria, it is going to start, I'm not very sure about it, there is the uni takes tuition fee. Like in Baden, the tuition fee is 1,500 euros plus some semester contribution. So it goes around 1,500 to 1,800 euros per semester. So we have to show either the payment of confirmation that yeah, for 1 year I have paid my fees, or show your education loan as the proof, or show any confirmation above your blocked account. It should be deposit added. What I am studying in the state of Baden, and then I am mandated to pay 1,500 euros and plus some semester contribution. So what I have done is I have showed my pay slip, my previous pay slips, my father's pay slips, my father's bank statement, and my bank statement, my mother's bank statement. I know this is a lot, but I just wanted to make sure that I get this visa. So I showed all possible financial statements, and there were sufficient funds for them to believe, yeah, so I got visa and now I am in Germany. So that worked for me. Probably so many bank statements were not necessary. You could also show some education loan if you have taken, or if you have, I didn't pay the fees already, that is why I showed all of this. If you would have already paid, then no worries. Then 3 passport pictures according to the biometric specification, not older than 6 months. So you go to, if you're somewhere around Bangalore, I had gone to GK Vale. You just tell them then that I want a picture for Schengen visa. So they know their specification and they give you the relevant pictures. Now, visa fees of 75 euro payable in INR only. So you can either pay before, which I haven't done, so I'm not sure how to do it, or go there and pay for it. I went there. You over there they only take accept card or cash. UPI is not accepted. So please be aware. Take card or cash and go and pay over there. And health insurance, this is the health insurance, that is the travel health insurance. Probably you would have seen or read about it already. So this is for the travel health insurance. If you go through the blocked account process, uh, the blocked account providers like Expatrio and Coracle, they provide free travel health insurance. So that would be approximately 3 months, and once you register with their portal, you will directly get a health insurance, free health insurance letter. So you can just download it and take a print of it. And this is in case you receive stipend from public funds. Please do that. Please go through that. You can. Now that you have seen the checklist for the visa application form, I have also recorded few clippings that I of the documents that I carried to my visa appointment. So let's go through the clippings, and most part of the clippings I have blurred, like I have added an image upon it to protect my sensitive confidential information. Hope you understand. And also, if suppose I have missed blurring or adding the picture overlaying on confidential information, I I plead you to not misuse my information. I am just making this video to help others to get a better picture, to get a better clarity of what all is required. I hope you understand. This is the visa payment that I had already done. I missed to tell that yes, I have already done the visa fees payment and I paid for the courier fees over there. And this is the checklist that I took printout. This printout is not necessary, but you can have this. This is the cover letter that I had written, and this is the visa application form. Cover letter is also necessary. You just tell the list out what all documents are present in your visa application bundle. And this is the declaration form, and this is another declaration form. There were some other, and this is my passport photocopy, and this is my motivation letter, and this is my admission letter from my university. And I had the two copies. No, it's not two copies, the entirely it's one admission letter of consisting of three papers. And then this is my APS. Yes, this is my IELTS photocopy. This is my bachelor degree photocopy. This is the transcript photography of all the SEMs like 1 to 8, and this is like the credits requirement which were given in transcript. This is my 12th photocopy, 10th standard mark sheet photocopy, and this is my CV. I wrote like 2 to 3 pages. You write whatever you feel like. And this is the blocked account photocopy which I had taken from Expatrio, as I already mentioned. And this is the travel health insurance photocopy. And all of this was given by Expatrio. If you want to use, you can use my coupon code for Expatrio. And this is the health insurance. And now comes the financial documents. I had taken my pay slips. I was working previously. I took my pay slips, and I took my income certificate from the employer. And then I also have my ITRs, the 3 years ITRs. I blurred entirely because it's consisting of full confidential information. And this is my father's passport, and this is my father's ITR, and my father's bank slip, 3 months bank slip. Yes, I also had my 3 months bank slip. Yes, and then I had two sets of whatever I showed it to you. And then comes the originals. I had the, obviously this is the photo, passport size photo according to Schengen specification. Then I have my original passport, which is must and should. And then I am again showing the passport. Yes, and then these are the original degree certificates and transcripts. And this is my 10th standard certificate, and I also had 12th standard certificate. Yes. Now that you have seen all the clippings of the list of items, list of photocopies and original items that I had taken to my visa appointment, I hope even you carried them. Most of them were necessary. The unnecessary items would be maybe 3 months pay slips of my dad's and mine, if you are not if you shouldn't pay any tuition fee. Otherwise most of it was necessary, at least all of them. They took it except for the checklist photocopy. I had a photocopy of checklist as well, that they gave it back to me. So all others I recommend you to take, because I have received my visa after giving all of these documents. So probably it's what is recommendable by me at least, and this is what worked out to me. So that's what I'm sharing you, my experience. I'm not sure about others, maybe submitting the same, maybe they face some other problems as well. This is just my experience to help you as well. Thank you, and meet you in the next video. Thank you.